I feel like Boris Karloff. I want to open this with good evening. Let's see if that'll. Yeah, that gives you my whole head instead of chopping me off above my glasses. All right, let me arrange myself so that my chat is up here in front of me where I can see it. How are you all tonight? I saw there was a couple of people waiting, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. I guess it's not showing you guys me yet, huh? Do I have to refresh my screen? Started 12 seconds ago. Come on. Gotta try it all over again, I guess. Oh, it's gonna show me ads. Well, that's cool. It's for Timu. Hello, Lori. Hello, Colleen. JC. Hello, hello, hello. So, how are you guys all tonight? I know Colleen is walking on top of the world. She made 1K. Yes, Colleen. I am so happy for you. Let's do our W while I'm thinking about it. Oh, there we go. And I know I look funky with this purple thing over a t shirt, but this came in my Timu haul tonight, and I wanted to try it on, and so I could tell you guys if things run true to size. They do not. Um, I normally wear a 3X. I don't know if that's TMI. I ordered the 5X in this because I don't mind if a house dress is pretty loose. And this is not as loose as I think a 5X should be. So it's awesome. It's very pretty. It's very light. It's exactly what it was advertised as, but it's closer to my size than to a 5X, which should have been, another few inches looser, I think. And you can tell by the shoulder fit, which is why I kept it on, that it's sized perfectly for me. And I'm a sewer. I do know what the sizes should be. This is not a 5X dress. Sorry. So, yes, Tracy, I am so happy for Colleen. You guys don't even know. She has worked so hard and she has helped me so much. I'm so glad to have her over 1K. Now we've got to get her watch time up to 4,000 so she can monetize. Not that that's going to get her lots of money like right away, but once she's monetized, then she can help me understand all the crazy stuff that I see in the YouTube monetization channels and stuff. And if it weren't for Colleen, I wouldn't understand half of what I understand on YouTube. So you guys need to know that up front. And then, hello, Nancy. How are you? Yes, 1,000. I mean, I know how much it means to get there. It just makes you feel like, wow, people like me. You feel like Sally Field, right, Colleen? I know I did. And then when I hit 2,000, I was like, wow, there's that many people that want to hear me ramble. Okay, that's awesome. Yo, Patty G. She in the house. Hello, Patty. Miss Ellen, hello. I'm so glad that you're here. I was actually concerned about you. Are you in Indiana or in Illinois? Yes, and happy first day everybody's got stuff to celebrate tonight. Now, I was worried about Miss Ellen. One, because we didn't see her Saturday, and then two, because of all the tornadoes that went through. I was really concerned that she was in that area. I could be wrong. Colleen thinks she's in Illinois. I thought she was in Indiana. And I know my cousins and stuff are all okay because I've talked to all of them. We have a Facebook group for my family, and so we try to keep up with one another there. And if something major like the tornadoes goes through, somebody will send out the call and say, everybody check in, let us know what's up. I like having the phone over here in front of me. That's kind of nice. That means I can look at the camera and see what you guys are saying. So Colleen's at 1,000, which I'm thrilled for. and I looked and can't remember the number. Um, Sylvia, 769, guys. She's like bringing right up the rear. She's going to be there in no time. I am so thrilled for both of them. You were in Mississippi, but you do live in Indiana. Okay, so was your house okay in Indiana? Was everybody okay in Mississippi? Yeah, we are all working it. We're working very hard. I don't have time for all the other crud. I, sincerely apologize to anybody whose lives or anything that I've missed. I do try to get through watching everybody's videos or at least listening to them while I'm in here working during the day. But most of the time, it's you've got my ear and that's it because I'm sewing or I'm, uh, what is it? Oh, plotting. Plotting. That's what I call it. Plotting. I've got a list of stuff as long as my arm of things that I need to get done. And then I'm trying to add more to it. Yes. Well, this is my Timu mail opening. And before I go to that, I'm going to do one other thing because when I did, oh, that was nice of you, Nancy. That was very nice of you. When I did my video for this, I said I was going to do a tote bag video. And I sat down and I filmed the whole tote bag video. And after I got it filmed and went to um, save the footage of it, it was corrupted. I could not salvage the footage. So, what I'm going to do, and it will be this week, I've got it on my list, is I'm going to take the 2 Dresden blocks that I've made over the last couple weeks and I'm going to film that as a tote bag for you guys so you can see it. Um, it won't be the Easter wagon, but it will be still a small tote bag pattern. And some of you may enjoy watching that, some of you may not. But I wanted to let you know why it's going to be Dresden's instead of the Easter wagon. And it's because I lost all my footage. Yes. And Miss Ellen, you're still at what? 680? You're not still at. You're up to 684, right? I think that's what I saw on your page earlier. Yeah, there are not enough hours in the day to watch everyone. And then if you're a content creator on top of that, sorry guys. It just wipes things out. It really does. YouTube, Colleen calls it the monster that must be fed. And she's right. That's exactly what it is. Yep, Ellen's in my butt. Yeah, that Dresden is gorgeous, isn't it? And the other one, I wanted to do the Easter tote bag because, some people may not be able to afford baskets or might prefer to have something that lasts a bit longer than Easter baskets typically do. I know when we were kids, my mom would buy those like plastic Easter baskets, and 9 times out of 10, they didn't survive the day. Mine always did because, I was a good kid. But my brothers and sisters would look like they'd been run over by a truck, possibly because they had been run over by a truck. Yeah, I raised a crud ton of boys myself, and they were less work. And then before I show the Timu order, I'm going to show you one more thing. Dawn at My Quilt Projects was talking about this last week, and it is the shape cut slotted ruler. Dawn uses this to cut her 2-inch blocks for her tilde patterns. And I was looking at it, and I looked at the price a couple of days, and I hadn't shown it. And I thought, well, I'm showing mail tonight, so let's go ahead and show it. Now, yeah, Sylvia's link's in there. I hope Sylvia's not here. It's like midnight for her. Okay, so my bag, this is my Timu bag. Looks like I ordered a ton of stuff, doesn't it? I don't think the packaging is really great because this is a plastic bag that was just taped around it, and I cut it open with scissors. But everything except one item seems to have arrived intact. And I'm going to Well, I'll show you that as soon as I get to the other part of it. And that item isn't broken. It was just, um, it had just come apart. So, well, Miss Ellen, I hope your signal isn't fading. So I ordered, for your first order, they give you like all these tempting little deals that are nothing. They're $0. And I didn't pay more than 20 bucks for everything I ordered, including this dress. So keep that in mind. On your first order, you get lots of freebies offered to you. So this is a multifunction charging stand. It's a three-in-one rotatable charger dock for an iPhone, a micro USB phone, or a Type C phone. And I haven't taken it out of the box until now. But we are always, Wayne and I are always looking for places to charge our phones. And let's see if you guys can see that. That turns, I guess, so that you can put the proper um, charger piece onto your phone. It has a USB cord here that you can plug into your computer. And where Wayne has his computer is on a table in the dining room, and he's got a extension cord over there, but with USB plugs in it. But I thought this would work really well for him to be able to charge his phone. And I am assuming that if someone was visiting who had a different charging port on their phone, that they would be able to use it. I don't know if you can put two phones on at once, but it says it's for three-in-one. And then this right here is supposed to be one of those spots where you can, if your phone supports this, lay your phone down and charge your phone just by laying it on the thing. So I thought that was really cool. I paid $0 for that. And obviously, since I'm just opening the stuff out of the box, um, I don't know yet if everything works properly, but I'm going to be giving that to him. I wouldn't let him have it before the live because I wanted to look at it first. You're on 57 North. Did you get your bus, Miss Ellen? Okay, this is a vacuum cleaner, and it says it's for the living room, the bedroom, or the car. What I was thinking that this would be cool for, a while back, somebody was showing off their little vacuum cleaner that they use around their sewing machine. And this was another little free item. It has, you can plug it into a USB, and then it has a little like nozzle so you could vacuum down in your sewing machine. And I have on the Juki in there, and it's battery operated, so I guess you recharge the battery via USB. And it has a brush in here. Oh, that isn't a brush, that's the filter. So you don't need bags for it, okay? But I thought this would be nice to be able to use around my Juki, or if you have a long arm and it's hard to get down in there. First, I have to figure out how to get this back on there. Too bad I'm not smart, right? Aww. Oh, it's already charged. Can you guys hear that? Well, let's try that out. Did pretty decent. Not bad. That's staying with me. Wayne's not getting that. That's mine. But it was also $0 on that first order. And then I have a green one of these. This is a cell phone holder. And I have a ring light cell phone holder. But I found that this one works really well whenever I want to film up close to my sewing machine. And I want to get like right in there where I can film with my phone. So I ordered one of these. This cost me 99 cents, which is about, I think the other one cost me similar to that on Amazon. It wasn't much, but For 99 cents, I figured I would use another one. Oh, bling, guys. Okay, this is my wedding ring, so that one doesn't count. But I ordered this ring, which is, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. It's two crossed bands with little blue stones in it. Supposed to be sapphires, but I paid $1.98 or something for three rings. So I seriously doubt this is real anything. And this one looks really cool. It's a little wedding band set. And what I did was I ordered, I normally wear like an 8 or a 9, but when my hands are swollen, I can't wear my wedding rings. Um, it drives me crazy because it hurts that nerve that goes down right there. So I thought these would be nice because I always notice that I'm not wearing my wedding rings whenever I film videos. So I wanted to order some that were bigger that I could wear whenever I filmed videos. And so far, they're pretty comfortable, and I put them on because my fingers will turn green in a heartbeat. I've had them on for maybe an hour, and they haven't turned my fingers green yet. That doesn't mean they won't still turn my fingers green, but I thought that that was interesting. Yeah, costume. Yeah, costume jewelry is like, yeah, let's do it. And then you guys all know who Pampered Chef is, right? Well, this was on. I'm going to throw away the paper because I know I want this. This was on there, and it was advertised as a meat chopper, but it looks exactly like that Pampered Chef tool. That's, I don't know how much is that thing. $30, $40. It looks just like it. It looks like it's a piece of solid plastic. It's not glued together. Yeah, I do have clear nail polish. Is that how much they cost, Nancy? Yeah, costume jewelry is great, right? Because then you don't feel bad if you lose a piece or something happens to it, you break it. I'm good at breaking rings because I wear them and I forget that I've got them on, and then I rub through them or break the little band at the back. And this one's got a little tiny band at the back, so it probably won't last a long time. But I figured it was cute. But anyway, so this is, you break up chopped meat with it, or you use it to stir your stuff in a pan. And it was, I want to say $1.98. Um, my order is on my phone, and I'm using my phone to watch chat, so I can't look it up right this second. But I thought for $1.98 we'd try it. If it doesn't work very well, then we get a little use out of it. You guys know I'm always talking about compression gloves. These are medium, and I think I ordered large, but I'm not gonna split hairs on them on that because that would be an easy mistake to make. I may have ordered medium because my last large pair seemed a little big, and I can throw that away because I'm going to keep these two. Let's see, I want to put the left hand one on, and I'm going to take my ring off, and let's see how this fits because I use compression gloves all the time. Whoa. They don't have the studs on the inside of the hand like my regular compression gloves do. Trying to pull it all the way up on my wrist with the fingernails, I'm having a hard time. My nails are too long for my liking right now. They're pretty snug, but considering that I wear them and need them snug for my arthritis, that's not bad. And I know how much these were. I looked it up. They were $1.98, and normally when I buy compression gloves off Amazon, they're like $8.99. I put the link in live chats before. Yeah, I have seen your hair barrettes. Well, Tracy, there's a pair. They come in pairs, and I'm not going to attempt to put one on the right hand, but I can already feel that this one is definitely compressing my hand, which is good because my hands, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that knuckle right there is really swollen. And one of the reasons I decided to do the mail haul tonight is because my hands are swollen and I'm not going to be able to do much in the way of sewing. Oh, you want one of these? Well, I don't know what shipping to Canada is, but I didn't pay shipping on either order. I don't think. I think the shipping was free on both of them. And then this is a storage bag. And I'm opening the stuff up so you guys can see it because my thought was this was going to be, at best, dollar store quality. Ow, that hurt. I hit my hand. And these are supposed to be, are they zippable? It's got a smell. It's not unpleasant. It doesn't smell like bug spray or anything. Just smells like it. Yes, they are zippable. Tracy always is picking on me about my 30 quilt tops underneath my desk in there. And I would kind of like to get them out of the box that they're sitting in right now. So I thought that this would be nice. And I ordered two sizes. I think I ordered a medium and a large, and I'm not sure which that one is because the packaging isn't labeled. But I thought this would be very handy for either that or I've got that Tilda quilt that I want to do. This may be a good place to store all of the pieces because I know I've got to cut X size pieces for each of the 9 blocks that go in that quilt. And this might be a good place to store all of that until I'm ready to put it together. You're not always picking on me, Tracy? Okay, it's all right. I don't mind. It's a spring offer. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not putting them down. I'm actually impressed. I know I paid, I want to say $3 for these slippers. The bottom of this one looks a little scuffy, but I ordered the large size, and this dress is a little short, so I'm trying not to like show you guys my legs. And they didn't have any ogre slippers on Temu. I did look. They're pretty comfortable. They come all the way to the end of my foot. They're warm and they're not so tight that they hurt, which is always my problem because of the arthritis and the swollen feet. I always have to worry about that band that goes across the top. If it's too tight, it makes my feet hurt. I didn't show you my foot. I just showed you my shoes. Okay, and this is the other one. One piece horizontal style. This doesn't say small or large either. Maybe I got two the same size. They look pretty close. I'm not going to open the second one up because you saw the first one. The zipper, somewhat cheesy, but okay. I can live with it. And then, what did I do? I think I left that other piece in there. I ordered two of these. There's a little pole straw, whatever you want to call it, that goes down in. This is for like putting in Tyranny syrups, or what's the brand that you have, Tracy? Hello, Deborah. How are you tonight? Mateo. Thank you. Tracy likes the Mateo in Canada, and they're cheaper in Canada than Tyranny. Is. You guys can laugh at my diction, but this is the only thing that wasn't completely together. This package had opened, and the other part of it was still in the package, and this was out. And then I ordered these cute little things. And sorry, scissors, you're going to have to, don't tell. These little things are to keep wires where you want them, and they're soft and silicone feeling, and they have a little piece of double stick tape on the back so you can guide your wires where you want them. And if you could see what's in front of me right now, you would definitely understand my need for this. Because I have a wire running up to a light, and a wire running from a camera, a wire running from another camera, a wire for the ring light. So I'm like, yeah. So I will definitely use these and probably could use more of them. Now I think I have another package coming from Timu because they said that I should have gotten both today, but I only got one. I don't know what an Italian beef is, Deborah, but that sounds really good. And by chips, did you have potato chips or did you have French fries? I like both, but I'm just asking. It's hit and miss if it sticks, but when they work, you love them. I saw some on Amazon the other day that look like a thumbs up, and the thumb holds your little wire. And I thought, well, that's kind of cute. So when I saw them on Timu, I was like, yeah, I'll try that. All right, so now we've tried on the left one, and I took it off without too many problems. Now let's try on the right one. Because my right hand is always full of north since I'm right handed. And I'm also kind of wondering if these will work because I use my arthritis gloves. I wear them whenever I quilt, but they're a little looser than these are. So these might be nice to wear when I quilt. Oh, those actually, that feels really good on that hand. And I wanted to wear that one for a few minutes because I was afraid that that wristband was too tight. But I don't have a mark around my wrist from it, so I guess it worked out okay. Potato chips and homemade Italian beef sandwiches. I ate dinner before I came on, Deborah, and that still sounds good. So, Colleen, you have those guides. Did you get them off Amazon? And I know they were either like $1 or they were free. They were pretty cheap. You had some pizza. Now, Miss Ellen, did you answer me and I missed it? Are you driving your bus? Is that what you're in tonight? Or have you not got that yet? I know you're working towards it. And I remember that that was one of the goals you had for this year. Yeah, Sherlock will have soup. We had pizza over the weekend. We usually buy like the bake your own from Aldi's. And last weekend was good. It was the meat lovers because we like, crispy pepperoni and all that. The weekend before, Wayne got, I think he got an everything pizza, what would have been equivalent to the extravaganza from Domino's, where they put like olives and all the stuff on it. And that one tasted really strange. Well, 7 years ago is still, I mean, you're talking about the silicone things. I remember those ones too. That's why I was a little nervous about ordering these, but I wanted to kind of get a variety of stuff, um, things that I normally use because I buy like compression socks for my legs. When I buy them, if you buy them in the US, like at the drugstore, they can run $15 to $30 a pair. I order them through Alibaba and we paid like $1.25. And Wayne orders them by the dozen for me because I wear them out, I walk around in them, I throw them away, rip them. Yeah, that's what we got was the Aldi meat lovers. But the one the weekend before with all the olives and stuff on it, something about that pizza just didn't taste right. I don't know if it was the olives on it, if they put a different kind of sausage on that pizza. Um, I don't like fennel. I don't like licorice flavors for the most part, and I can't stand eucalyptus. And this pizza kind of had that same aroma to it. It wasn't so much a taste as it was an aroma. And we each ate like part of a piece, and the rest of it we bagged up, and we've been feeding it to the feral cats. Yeah, I prefer green peppers raw myself. And yes, Sylvia is in the UK. She's in Great Britain. And the reason she's not here tonight is because it's almost midnight for her right now. So we give her a pass on that. And then let's see what else is going on. Colleen hit 1K, Sylvia's 769. I'm over 2,000. Oh, well, that'll be very nice for her, Patty. Tell her to use it on herself and not to buy Alan a gift. It's his birthday today. But that's really nice of you. Thanks, Patty. Um, there was something else. Oh, Sewing Bee was last Saturday. If you missed it, you should go back and watch the replay. We had a blast, guys. Dawn from My Quilt Projects was here, and Dawn made me feel like a total dope because she didn't do anything bad. She didn't do anything bad at all. But she was talking about the next quilt she's going to do. She's going to do a Tilda pattern. It's not Tula, it's Tilda. This is a Scandinavian pattern writer. I think she's from Norway. And she was talking about how she was going to do it, everything. And I was like, well, where did you get 2-inch squares at? And she's like, I didn't. I'm going to use 1-inch squares and just cover 2 squares. And I went, oh my gosh. I felt like a total dingbat because here I've been thinking I'm going to have to make mine with 1-inch squares of fabric instead of 2-inch squares. And that simple, easy solution never occurred to me. So I consider myself a smart chick most of the time, but that just was like, I really did. I felt like a light bulb went off, and I had hair in my face. I felt like a light bulb went off over my head. Yeah, she does have a link in her videos. Yeah, Nancy, I felt really dumb. I mean, really dumb. I was like, how hard is it to think of use the 1-inch squares and just double up? It shouldn't have been that hard. It really should not have been that hard. So yeah, and I've got multiple things going on. My hair is everywhere. Yeah, we do all do that, but I felt really, really, really stupid when I did that one. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm going to be doing it as a full size quilt rather than a mini wall hanging. And next up on my agenda is I'm going to start working on doing some videos for you guys for the Brother Scan and Cut, for using it to cut applique and quilt pieces. But in order for me to work that time into my schedule, I'm going to have to change my Thursdays. And I think right now I'm working on it. Yeah, she's in the UK. Right now I'm working on the idea, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Quilt Builder card deck blocks. I said that without stuttering. Thank you very much, God. I'm going to do those as pre recorded videos. And then for the immediate future, I will put them up as premieres. But at some point, they will probably just they'll go up every Thursday. And the reason for that is I always end up spending like 3 hours on a live between getting ready for it, doing the live, and then getting all the stuff done and wrapped up afterwards. And if I can do it as a premiere, then all I have to do is stop and go into the chat, and I can chat with you guys still for an hour or whatever the block takes to make. And then I can go on and do the next thing, but I didn't have to stop and make myself somewhat presentable for the camera. Yeah, no stutter. Yay. Um, and the other thing is that the arthritis is really getting to me. I'm not sewing at all tonight because my hands are hurting. I took pain meds before we came on, and I have a strict policy: no sewing if I've taken pain meds. So that's nothing against you guys. It's just I know that I don't want to do anything. I don't want to end up, putting a needle through my finger on a live. That would just like not be cool. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Doing. I love chatting with you guys, and if I do premieres, I can still keep the fun part, which is the chatting, and then the part that's hard, which is trying to sew or cut or whatever, and chat is taken away. I can do the sewing when I can concentrate on it and get it done and not make dumb mistakes because I can edit them out if it's pre recorded, right? And then I can go into the chat with you guys and talk to you while we go. And then you can ask questions if you need to. And I know Tracy's over there going boo hoo, boo hoo. But yeah, Arthur is just a pain in the tush. Um, Miss Ellen, Sylvia's link has her email address in it. And I believe that if you send PayPal to her email address, she'll get it. Just remember that she's in the UK and the pound has a different value over there. So I don't know which way it goes. I think that the dollar is worth less than the pound. I could be wrong. So don't quote me on that, or it could have changed since the last time I looked. But the last time I sent money to the UK, I sent $20 and the recipient only got 16. So just as an FYI on that one. But yeah, if you want to do that, you can just use her email address and send it to her. You may want to send her a message via Facebook though and let her know that you sent it because I don't know that PayPal sends out an email to people to let them know that they've received money. They didn't for me. This is true, Tracy. That's what I was thinking. We can chat on Discord, and if I'm feeling cruddy, I don't have to try to smile and act cheerful. I can, be my grumbly self. I'm not grumbly all the time, folks. I just uh, when Arthur kicks my tush, Arthur kicks my tush, and he's getting a little more aggressive here lately. So I'm trying to pull back and take some of the stress off and still give you guys what I want to give you. And that also gives me time to open up the scan and cut and get some applique stuff uploaded. I want to be able to show you guys how to load that and how to cut that kind of stuff. I want to make a sunbonnet Sue and an overall Sam quilt, maybe down in the summer after I get my Tilda quilt done. My Tilda quilt is not going to be done online. Dawn is doing hers as a tutorial. And I'll probably be watching it because she's obviously made one before. If you didn't see her video on that, you need to go look at it because it is gorgeous. I would love to go steal it from her. Yeah. Oh, Patty, I think that's awesome. In my opinion, Sylvia doesn't charge enough for her patterns, but everybody gets to set their own prices. That's not my place to do for her. But yeah, I feel the same way. It's definitely well worth it. And I'm looking to see if I've missed anything. Oh, I love that scalloped edge. Isn't it gorgeous? Yes, which meant she had to do bias binding. And bias binding by itself is a whole different ball of wax and tutorial. And if you've never done it, you should definitely try it because it can get interesting. There is a way to do it on a serger, and I actually there is a lady in I want to say Tokyo or Taiwan, uh, and I'll have to look her name up and find the link for the description box. That I watched do bias binding, and then she used her serger to cut it. She just unthreaded her serger and then ran it through the serger along the line, and the serger cut it. And that's the other thing that I want to be able to do. I've got all these ideas for different things I would like to show you guys. I know a ton of what I call stupid serger tricks. I would love to teach you guys how to put a zipper in using a serger, how to do like a jelly roll quilt or any quilt using a serger. Those kind of things I think would be interesting to people, and especially people who are new to using a serger. Colleen, I'm thinking of you. And but there's a ton of things you can do with a serger that you might not think of. I know a lot of those things because I've played with my serger and abused it over the years. So I would love to be able to film some of those. There's just not enough time to do everything I want to do. Aw, you caught Marie as she signed off earlier. Hello, Marie. How are you tonight? But yeah, I would love to be able to teach that, And Colleen's like, oh, I want basic serger stuff. Well, hers is a bit different than mine. I think hers is pretty fancy. But yeah, I'd love to be able to do some beginner serging stuff. It's just literally having the time to sit down and do it. And a live is only an hour, but all the other stuff that goes into it, they consume time. I don't want to use the word suck. They consume time. It takes time to plan it out and do it. And if I'm planning out a live or a pre recorded video, I can do it in parts rather than having to do it straight through. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Marie, do you suffer from Arthur like the rest of us? Deep breaths. Yes, Colleen. I was just showing off my Timu haul and I got a couple of really nice things, but I'm thinking that maybe the best was these. This is compression gloves that I paid $1.28 for, under $1.50, and the shipping was free. And I ordered medium. I normally order large, but these seem to fit well. And I wore them for 20 or 30 minutes earlier, and they didn't leave any, excuse me, they didn't leave any marks around my wrists, which is what I was concerned about because it doesn't help if it cuts off circulation to the rest of my arm. Yeah, you can't tell time, Colleen. Um, well, there's a clock on my phone, there's a clock on my computer. I have osteo and rheumatoid, so, and I also have fibromyalgia. Not an official diagnosis, but my doctor told me, he said, there's no point in writing down another diagnosis. I've already got 2 pages of them when it comes right down to it. Oh, definitely, Deborah. If you're anywhere where there's uh, barometric pressure changes, it'll definitely affect your, especially if your joints are affected. And I know your knee is bothering you. So, yeah. A serger isn't scary. It requires some caution, but it'd be really hard to cut yourself on a serger. Watch me do it the next time I fire mine up. Um, but yeah, I've got, that's on my list of my short list of things I want to do. I have pages and pages and pages. I'm never at a loss for ideas. I may be at a loss for how to execute them, but I'm never at a loss for ideas. Um, Coley calls it pushing my button. Don't ask Melissa for ideas of projects unless you want me to roll a whole buffet out for you because I can come up with ideas in a hurry. Um, Marie, Miss Ellen is Campbell's Creations. And Deborah, the first time you thread your serger is tough for a lot of sergers. I have an Imagine, which is a little bit easier. Most of them have a threading guide on the inside that you can follow. But the best advice I ever got about a serger was to learn how to tie thread. So if you're changing colors, you leave enough thread at the back that you can tie it to the new spool. And then you turn all of your tensions down to zero and then go at the needle and pull the thread through gently. That's the easiest way. But usually, if you thread your serger a few times, you learn it, and you just have to learn what order to thread in. Mine likes to be threaded 3-4-1-2 or 3-4-2-1, depending on whether I'm using a 3 or a 4 thread. So definitely something to keep in mind. But usually they're only difficult the first couple of times. I will do a video on how to do it. Yeah, we all call her Miss Ellen. I really don't know why. Maybe I saw somebody else call you Miss Ellen. She's not that much older than we are, but she's Southern, and I'm from the South. Maybe it's a holdover because when I was a kid, you always called ladies Miss, whatever. So maybe it's a holdover from that. Deborah, I have the same issue. Do you have? Let's see if I have them in here. Do you have a pair of these tweezers? They have like a bent. Trying to show them. Can you see that bent tip? These are great for threading because you can I can't always pinch my fingers together and get down in there to the needle, but I can use this to do it. And they also make a couple of different threaders because the serger space is even smaller than on a sewing machine. But they make a couple of different threaders that you put your thread into. It's white and blue. I think it may be a Dritz threader. But you put your thread in and then you push it up against the needle and it automatically threads it through. So you don't have to try to do all that finagling with your hands. There are days I can't do that. Yeah, the old needle threaders are great. Yes, they are. I don't know. Yeah, Colleen, I had missed to some and not to others too. Um, Deborah, I think I've said this before when you've been here. I have a hard time tying knots. Not because of the manual dexterity, but because sometimes my brain and my fingers don't talk. And, I know how to do it, but sometimes I can't make my fingers do it. So I learned how to tie off threads real quick. And I have a couple of different ways. You probably have long tweezers in that uh, package that your mother in law gave you, Colleen. If you don't, then yes, get a pair. But you need that long hook on the end. And the dollar store does carry them. I've bought quite a few pairs from there. And the other thing I really like are my squeezable surgical snips. I really like those for serger threads too. And then you need some fray check. I still think you probably have some in the stuff your mother in law gave you because I think she set you right up. Do they work well for you, Deborah? I like the bent ones. That's what I got with when I bought my Imagine serger. And if you can afford it, air threading is the way to go because the needles aren't so hard to thread on sergers. It's the loopers, the upper and lower looper that are harder. And with the Imagine, I can set it so that I just feed my thread down in there and I push a button and it vacuums it all the way through. Oh yeah, I'm sure she has some in those accessories. But yeah, this is just bent. It's just bent. And I think I probably took these out of I either took them out of one of my other sergers or I got them at the dollar store because I'm cheap like that. Deborah, you can still bead? Awesome. I can do very, very, very small amounts of hand sewing. I could do like maybe 10 stitches. I've made a ton of teddy bears, and I can't reach that one up there right now. I might show something you guys don't want to see in this dress. But I've made a ton of teddy bears, and the hardest part for me of making the teddy bears is the ladder stitching. Oh, I'm sorry. Colleen, we definitely don't want your hands hurting in sympathy. That's not cool. Those pineapple blocks are gorgeous, Colleen. They really are. And she was saying earlier she doesn't do a good job of matching colors, but I think all of hers do pretty well. I have crocheted a ton of stuff, but the crochet didn't seem to help me keep the function. But I thought going on arthritis meds for a long time. I really wanted to stay natural and use turmeric and ginger and all that. And I should have gone on the Plaquenil a whole lot sooner than I did because it's made a huge difference. It definitely has made a huge difference. I don't ever recommend methotrexate. Make sure you talk to your doctor if they ever want to put you on that. I took 2 doses of it and then I ended up having to have surgery on my intestines. So think about that. This obviously is a Timu dress, and I put it over my shirt because I think it's a little too sheer. I do have a bra on, but I still think it's a little too sheer to wear by itself. And I was going to take it off. I feel like I'm wearing twice the layers of clothing, but I'm a little chilly, so I'll keep it on until we're done with the live anyway. Yeah, it's got a pretty design in it, though. It's got, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like mandalas all over it. I don't know how you say that. Somebody correct me. Scandalous. That's your new favorite word for me, Colleen, is that I'm scandalous. It must be. Yeah, Deborah, I'm always cold too. You'd think, as big as I am, I wouldn't be, but I am. I have a big fuzzy flurry blanket, and then I have a quilt over top of me, and sometimes I'm still cold. Her new favorite word for me is scandalous. Yeah. But like I said, I apologize for not sewing that, but I really think this vacuum's kind of cool though. See all the glittery? I don't like glitter. I don't do glitter. But this looks like it's going to stay on there. And I may have to vacuum out my sewing machine and just see how it does. Not on a live. I won't do that to you guys. That would be nasty. But I will, maybe I'll do it on a short and then you can turn the volume down if you want to and don't want to hear it. And it has a specific way to go on. That may be the part that I don't like on this. Just trying to line that up. Wayne, he probably has got his headphones on and can't hear me. But it looks like it presses together and then you turn it. You're never cold. I know you love glitter. I have fluffy slippers on. I have a plug-in buffalo plaid blanket over there. I have a plug-in back heater um, because when my shoulders, it hasn't happened so much this year, but it used to be. Hire the handicapped. They're fun to watch. And I am talking about me. I cannot get this to go together. Thinking I must be doing something wrong with how I'm holding it. I will get Wayne to put it back together for me after the live. Oh, maybe, maybe, maybe. No. She's not smart enough, guys. I may have to turn it completely over. this little groove that comes up like a this up and over. Put it down, Melissa. Nancy, I thought that that's what it was wanting me to do, but I'm not apparently holding my mouth right or something. Like I said, you guys can laugh at me. I don't mind being laughed at. Oh, Nancy, you're a genius. I got it. It works. Now I got to figure out where to plug it in to charge it. But I think that'll be great for my sewing machine or for getting down under my Juki. I won't ever take it apart again, Nancy, I promise. At least not on a live. Because then I would never be able to get it to. You love the way I talk to myself? some days, some days, it's just. Hey, doesn't everybody talk to themselves? Don't you need expert advice at some point? I'm not saying I'm an expert on anything, but I know I talk to myself a lot. And this is actually, I think probably Wayne will use the heck out of this. He's always down for a new kitchen gadget. Yeah, well, talking to yourself is the way we get through things, right? I mean, even if it's not out loud, maybe everybody doesn't do this. I have a constant conversation going all the time. I'm so pretty. Uh oh. I have a constant conversation going with myself all the time. I know I'm not pretty, Tracy, but thank you very much for throwing that at me. Lie to me some more, Betty. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to hurt you, Nancy. So I'm pulling out the little accessories here for this. That's cool. That presser fits. And then you can get down in your sewing machine. Oh, thank you, Nancy. I look like my mom. My mom was pretty, so I guess that means I really must be. I just have never thought of myself that way. I have a girlfriend who was obviously like the femme fatale of her high school. She was the blonde bombshell. And now she's definitely not the blonde bombshell anymore. And, she's 45 and still trying to figure out who she is because she doesn't have an identity outside of pretty. And I feel sorry for her. Let's see. It plugs into USB. I don't have an extra USB port there. Yeah, I do. Maybe. Got to keep the vacuum charged, right? I'll worry about that in a little bit. But and so my friend that used to be the blonde bombshell, now she's like down on herself, and I'm like, you have to get over this. At some point, you have to decide you have self worth besides pretty, And I had worked so hard before I had to have the bowel surgery and all that stuff to lose all this weight. And I was so mad at myself. And I was like, I have to get over this because what do? It's not like it's all going to fall back off. I worked hard to get all that weight off. And it didn't take much to knock me down to where I couldn't. So, got to go back to it. You're not 45 or blonde. You're not who I'm talking about. You are not who I'm talking about. Um, but my friend, she's finally starting to get through her identity crisis and make some headway with it, which is good because she needs to. It will be a good thing for her when she realizes that she's got value outside of just pretty. So, okay, so I am almost at an hour, and I had actually promised Lori Sherlock Says that this would be a somewhat short live tonight because all I had was the nail haul, And here I've sat here and rambled for forever. So I want to make sure that my mods have put everybody's links in. And if you haven't, then this is your fair warning to do it. I think they have. They've been pretty good. I don't know that I saw Colleen's going there or Tracy's. Make sure you get those in there. And I want to say thank you all for watching me. This Thursday will probably be a premiere. I'm going to try to get that recorded and ready to go tomorrow. And look for some stuff from the scan and cut and from the serger. I'm hoping to get started working on those in the next couple days. So Colleen got her in there and she got Tracy. I think Marie's in my bot. Try it. And I know we shared Miss Ellen. Marie, you have a great night. Thank you for coming. It would be exclamation point. There you go. She's got it. Making sure everybody got shared. And y'all give Miss Ellen some prayers since she's driving home tonight. Thank you all. You have a great night. I appreciate you watching. And I will see you guys later in the week. And always, you can find me in the shorts feed, I'm sure. All right. Love you. Bye.